Okay, we're here with Beth Alford-Sullivan, Director of Track and Field here at Penn State University, about to get on the road for the Big Ten Championships this weekend. Men at Illinois, women at Purdue. So, Coach Sullivan, 2 days out here, what are your thoughts on your two programs going into the weekend?
We're very confident in both of our teams. We've had a great couple of weeks preparation. 2 weeks ago we hit the road, but we had a lot of people down with the flu bug and just coming off of chest colds and things like that. But in the last probably 6 to 10 days, everybody's really shaped up. We look great. We're healthy. We've got people really in the mindset for championship time, and we've had Big Ten time here for the last week, and so everybody's really gathered up. And I think our shots are very, very good. We go in as the defenders on the women's side, and we're going in as contenders on the men's side, and so I think we're primed and prepped, and it's going to be a great couple of meets.
So you mentioned that obviously we've been targeted on our backs from the women the last couple of years. The men have been on the rise. What's it like to deal with programs coming from both angles like that? How do you kind of balance that?
That's a great question. It's fun on both sides. I think on the women's side, we've had a great run at it. Last year just being such a banner year for us is tremendous. And you have to keep making sure that the women don't get complacent. We graduated out some great people from our program last year, brought in some tremendous freshmen. People have stepped up, filled the roles. You see people like Kara Millhouse and Caitlin Lane and, Maura Ryan coming in the middle distances. And then you've got, people, just stepping up all over the place to fill the roles of people that have graduated out. And so the women, we really just have to watch out from getting complacent. And they've done a great job at that. They're very, very hungry. We're not quite at the national caliber that we've been at the last few years. So I think that's kind of irritating to people. And, they want to make a statement at this Big Ten and say, we can do this year in, year out, season in, season out. And I feel like the ladies are ready for a great battle with that target on our back. It's a great motivator. On the flip side, our guys have been fighting for it. We finally feel like we've filled out a great roster. We've got some front-end kids. Brady Garrett stepped in. He's just going to be a tremendous asset to the team this weekend. Our seniors are on fire. People are, we're right in the spot where it takes for a team to kind of get over, kind of fighting for it to get into the play. That's where we are this year, and they're contenders, and they know that. And, as I always say, you got to go in there. You got to just let loose and compete. And I think our guys have been doing that all season and are in the mindset once again to do it again this weekend.
As we talked about a few minutes ago, obviously men at Illinois, women at Purdue.
Yeah.
As a director, how do you kind of manage that as far as splitting your staff and splitting your squads and just kind of dealing with that in general?
Yeah, as I've said all along since I've been in the Big Ten, even before I took over as a director for both teams, I've always said this is a huge disadvantage. It's a disadvantage to the student athletes. It's a disadvantage to the programs that are combined, and it's a disservice that the Big Ten is putting the programs through at this stage. I know there's been a lot of meetings about things. I know there's a lot of movement towards working it to get to where we can get this meet under control and be in a combined setting, and that's really the healthiest thing for our sport and the best thing for our conference as well. But right now, we're figuring it out. I'm traveling today with the guys, and then I'm heading over to the women's meet, and then hopefully I'm heading back to the men's meet before it's over. And, luckily these two competitions are close enough in driving range, and that isn't always the case, but this year it is. We've made a decision a couple weeks out with the rest of my coaching staff that they'll be at the men's or the women's. We've done it off of primarily who's coaching who and where the volume of athletes they're coaching is, and that can make a difference. So never an easy thing, a tough thing. Our athletes are resilient, and we've got great coaches that cover for each other, so that's what we're doing again this year.
And then lastly, obviously they've got outdoor left, but we've got some great seniors, of the likes of Siobhan Greaves, several-time Big Ten champion Blake Eaton, Ryan Foster, those guys who are competing in their last indoor championship. What's it like to see people like that progress throughout their career and just end it at the top of the Big Ten like this?
That's the coolest thing as a coach. You see, I can remember just a few short years ago when Blake was a freshman and struggling with just the adjustment of coming to college, the adjustment of moving up in the shot, moving up in the weight, doing all that kind of stuff, trying to get big himself. You see the challenges that they've gone through, and then to have them come together for senior year. That is always a goal of mine since I started coaching, to have our seniors seniors come through. I think if you look through our roster this weekend, our seniors are on fire. Our seniors are excited, healthy, and ready to compete to the best of their ability. Siobhan's just been a mainstay for us. She's just been in the hunt not even in the hunt. She's been the Big Ten champion for the last couple of years in her events, and she has one goal this weekend, and that is to pull it off again. So, and lead this team. She's a true leader on this women's team to the victory. And Joe, Blake, Foster, Borchers, all those guys, they're primed and they're ready, and the guys are deserving this year to contend for this thing. So it's very exciting and very rewarding as a director of program to see your seniors come together.
All right, Coach Sullivan, good luck this weekend.
Thank you.